2009 was the second year in a row showing the decrease of cigarette consumption in Russia. The slight economic growth, comparing to the dramatic decline in 2009, prevented the Russian cigarette market from a significant volume growth. As a significant increase of an average income per capita was not observed in 2010, this defined lower cigarette consumption by those who has not quit smoking yet, as they carry on saving and consume less cigarettes as they used to. Government's anti-smoking activities gave some results in 2010. Stricter regulation regarding sales of tobacco products to underage consumers, higher excise taxes and other additional smoking prevention activities reduced the number of smokers in Russia by 1 percentage point in 2010. Russia has very cheap cigarettes comparing to Western and even Eastern European countries. The consequences of that fact is that Russia has very high smoking prevalence, around 43%, and is one of the main manufacturers of smuggled cigarettes. The cigarette smuggling from Russia is widespread and well organized. It continued its growth in 2010 nearly by 4% and reached around 8 billion sticks. Smuggled cigarettes are delivered mostly to the European Union countries. There the prices for cigarettes are several times higher than in Russia. Such disparity appeared due to huge differences in the excise tax level in Russia and the EU. The 40% share of smuggled cigarettes stays within Baltic states. In 2010, the share of illicit cigarettes in Baltic states reached 35%. Such significant share of illicit cigarettes in Baltic states, defined by slow economic recovery in these countries and the high level of unemployment. Other 60% of smuggled cigarettes are usually delivered to Germany, Poland and the UK. Various options of excise tax increase are being actively discussed in Russia lately. The high excise taxes on cigarettes and other tobacco products will help to reduce the number of smokers, especially among youngsters and low-income consumers. On the other hand, it will help to improve the situation in the healthcare, as the number of deaths from smoking-related disease reached 500 per 100,000 inhabitants in Russia in 2010. In March of 2011, the Russian Ministry of Finance proposed several steps increasing excise taxes on cigarettes. The purpose was to increase excise tax on cigarettes by 8 times and reach European level of cigarette retail unit price by 2015. According to this scenario, the unit price of cigarette pack would be around €2.5 in Russia in 2015, and the share of excise tax would be bigger than 50% of the retail price. The main targets of these proposals was to diminish the number of smokers in Russia, to generate additional revenues to the federal budget, and to solve the problem of cigarette smuggling to European countries. However, the proposal of such high tax increase was rejected. According to Russian Prime Minister, business companies should fill the state budget, but not ordinary citizens whose living standards are far from European. Secondly, solving the problem of smuggled cigarettes to European country, Russia will have illegal import, manufacture and sale on its territory, the issue which does not exist at the moment. And finally, the number of smokers will reduce in Russia anyway, as the unit price will continue to grow. It is planned to increase excise tax on cigarettes by 30% every year. Cigarettes pack unit price will continue to grow not only because of the excise taxes. Raising prices for energy, raw materials and labor are contributing to the bigger unit prices on the market. According to raw materials market player, this situation will continue over the next couple of years. And this is bad news for the smokers of Russia, and the good one for those who think that high unit price will help to fight the high percentage of smoking prevalence. Leaders of raw tobacco market argue that such situation will continue over the coming years, and this is the bad news for Russian smokers, and the good one for those who think that high unit prices on cigarettes will help to reduce smoking prevalence in Russia.